Sony will obviously try to do the live action Spider-Verse. Like, that much just kind of already hinted at, even by Kevin Feige. Like, their ultimate goal is to have as many Spider-Men on screen at once so you can sell the movie, and it's kind of like your Avengers Spider-Man film, if that makes sense. Can this work? What do you think? How do you guys feel about this one?
I
I mean, it works in animated.
It does work very well in animated. I can actually see it working only if Sony and Marvel are doing it together. We are already going to be kind of seeing this Spider Verse, or not Spider Verse, Venom Verse, I should say, try to be in development, and that's just solely Sony. But we can potentially see a really good turnout if both companies are actually going to do it together. I feel like that's going to be the better way that it works.
So I think it is going to have to be both. Because Deadline was saying something like he's now essentially like a shared details universe. So like if one person, like say if Sony wants him, like for Venom 2 or Venom 3, he has to go over there, and they can reference the Blip or the Snap or Tony Stark or whatever. And then of course if Marvel wants him, we can go over there. So it's I think they're going to have to work. I don't think there's any way they can.
Yeah. I to me, it's like the reason Spider-Verse worked as an animated film was of the unique aesthetic style, and clearly the art style lent itself towards that. And Sony was largely hands off of that film. Like, they let the people, creative minds of it, Lord and Miller, actually just go to town on it because they were focusing on emoji. So my reluctance always goes to Sony side of things, because when Sony starts to meddle, that's when things start to fall apart. Now, they are trying to fix it behind the scenes, so my hope is that maybe down the road, if they get to the live-action Spider-Verse, which clearly they will, that maybe Kevin Feige can have some input, like, oversee it.
I'm just wondering, like, who are they gonna pick to be in the movie if it does come down the line?
I mean, they'll do Miles. That's an easy no-brainer one.
That one's kind of weird because they already technically have one in the MCU.
They just make it the same one. No.
Yeah.
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 Then again, it's Spider-Verse. It's like, there was how many Peter Parkers in the animated movie? No.
Yeah.
You could have more than one Miles. So.
Yeah, you can have Miles. You're obviously going to have Silk. You can't not have Ghost Spider in it. Noir is an extremely popular one.
They'll do Jessica Drew as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I could definitely see them bringing, if they are going to be in a collaboration with Marvel, they're going to bring Donald Glover back and make him Prowler.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Nicolas Cage better be Noir. That's all I'm gonna say.
I mean, you know what? That would actually work, though. Like, Nicolas Cage needs that one film that puts him back in the spotlight, and if you brought him back as a live-action noir, I think people would eat that up, honestly.
But he's unless he's like towards the end of his career, I can see that, because
dude, his career's been over for 10 years. Or are you talking about noir?
I'm talking about noir.
Okay, so just like Nicolas Cage.
20 years.
Yeah.
Because in noir, he is still technically on the younger side of it. Obviously, age that up. And I would like to have the Parkers and the Spiders in different age ranges, if they could do that. Give us, like, if you're going to give us noir, hey, why not have it just be Nicolas Cage? You can potentially bring the people who did the voice acting over and put some of them in suits.
Ooh, but that would be a tricky one because Haley Steinfeld's being looked at for Kate Bishop.
Right, yeah.
Oh, that is true.
Which, again...
Tobey Maguire!
I mean, you could get Maguire for, like, Peter B. Parker.
You could. It's perfect.
Yes.
I mean...
And obviously, they'd get Andrew Garfield back, too.
I would rather have Garfield back than Maguire, I'll be real with you guys.
Can we get, what's his face? Who did the blonde Spider-Man? I can't think of his name.
Oh, Jake Johnson?
Chris.
Oh, Chris Pine?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah.
Yes.
He was great in that opening.
He was amazing. Oh, honestly, he would be so good as that, too. Like, live action, older.
I know you and I have talked about it. Let's also get the mech. So you'll have Penny Parker, but also get the actual Spider-Man and him in his giant mech.
He needs to appear somewhere. I think, Sony sees this as their Avengers team-up, which it would be. And I think Kevin Feige, the way he's talking about it and the way he seems optimistic, I think he definitely has a hand in on what's going to be happening because they're working with the same Spider-Man. So I feel like he is going to be, to a degree, like executive producing that more so than, like some other films where he executive produced, like TASM 2, but they gave him a script and they rejected all his ideas. Like, I think he'll have more input on this one. Which,
if we do Penny Parker again, though, can we get like the actual robot she has, not the little cutesy toy one she had?
Oh yeah,
they could probably give you multiple.
Can we not have the Inheritors? Because I really don't like them.
Oh, they'll do the Inheritors.
No, please no.
Do for
It's horrible.
Do you think the villain, they go with Moreland and he's actually eating spider totems?
Oh no.
Yeah.
Because Avi Arad will want his edgy character in there. That's like, oh, I'm edgy.
They're gonna put $20.99 in there.
You could make Moreland and Inheritors work, I reckon.
You could.
Can we have all the iterations of Black Cat?
Sure.
Just her in all of their universes?
I mean, that would be something to play around with. You could see different versions of, like MJ and Gwen snapping away and...
One Gwen being alive, one Gwen being dead.
Oh, the thing I will say, though, what I never want to see again in any Spider-Man is his web forming a little hand as it tries to catch anything. That was disgusting and absolutely ruined TASM 2.
That was poetic, and you know it was.
No, that still haunts me. Like,
it was creepy.
Like, there's moments where I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm like, there's things I think about that creep me out, like Hereditary, Baba Yaga, and that little hand from TASM 2's web, okay? Those three go hand in hand, so...
Literally. Haha, Bodochu.
Oh, I didn't even... Oh, my God. I should have shut myself up before that one. So, yeah. Live action Spider-Verse. Can it work? Yes, but we have to see how they're going to proceed. I think Venom 2 will be more telling of what their universe is, because I feel Venom 2 has... already a better team behind it, so...
I feel like Venom 2 could potentially be this weird soft reboot. It's a continuation, but they're going to change some aspects so that it'll actually fit more in the MCU kind of universe.
Suicide Squad.
Yeah. I talked to someone directly that was involved with both, and he said that's exactly what's happening with Venom 2, is it's a pseudo-soft reboot, so...
So Venom is going to finally have the spider insignia on his chest?
Well, once he meets Spider-Man...
I mean,
can we still at least have the lobster tank? Can we just allow Tom Hardy to do a little bit of his, like, whatever he was doing?
That can stay. That
can stay away. This time it won't be a lobster tank. It'll be like a
Shark Tank.
Shark Tank. Sure.
He'll be in the Shark Tank, and then the symbiote comes out and bites the shark's head.
Or you can see him just gorging on a whole bunch of chocolate bars.
Sure.
Well, I mean, the lobster was chocolate, so, like, yeah.
Yeah. So, there we go. Spider-Verse.